Hi, Twin Flames, and welcome to your week ahead Twin Flame energy forecast. As always, our first card is for your Twin Flame, the second one is for you, and our last card is the next steps that you can take in order to speed up the process and make it clearer towards your harmonious Twin Flame union. This reading is general, so it's designed to channel as many messages as possible for people drawn towards it. But if you would like personal guidance for your twin flame situation, I have the information for private readings in the description below. So let's get started with a card for your twin flame and let's see what they're up to this week, what their next move is, what's going to affect them. And we have Folk Den. Go slow, take time. So from this, I'm getting that your twin flame has been making forward movement. They're already on the way to make a change, but there have been some unexpected events thrown their way that are kind of forcing them to go a little bit slower. Maybe there's a new complication that was introduced, like, you're on a voyage on a ship and there's fog all of a sudden. You have to go a bit slower so that you don't bump on something or that you don't get lost. And I feel like this is the situation that your twin flame is in. They have had an unexpected obstacle introduced to them, so now they're taking their time to make the right moves so that they don't get lost and that they don't damage anything or undo any of the progress they've been making. Because sometimes when we're about to transcend a very specific pattern in our consciousness, the old pattern will try to pull us in any way possible. So we're extremely vulnerable to the old way of thinking during those times. When you act from a certain place, you think a certain way, it becomes very ingrained and familiar. So when a challenge that forces us to act and think in this way comes up, it's very tempting, and our first reaction just, go for the old way of doing things, of thinking about things. And I feel like your twin flame doesn't want to do that. They don't want to entertain any fear-based thinking patterns anymore. So that's why they, don't make any fast moves. And also, when we sometimes slow down, new perceptions can emerge that we hadn't seen before. So that leaves your twin flame open to receiving more divine guidance, seeing things in another way, a new way, and receiving more divinely guided action steps that are going to benefit the both of you. Instead of them trying to solve the problem in the fastest way possible and possibly messing up, they're trying to do things right, one step at a time. Next up, we have your card. So let's see what's going to come up for you this week and what's going to affect you. And we have reaching your destination. These are very similar in theme because your twin flame is on that ship, moving forward, trying to reach a destination, but you're reaching yours. So that's beautiful. So this card is telling me that if you've had something that was incomplete, whether that was some kind of project, something in your relationships with others that was left incomplete, you're going to receive resolution this week. A cycle is going to end, and I feel like it's going to be something rewarding, like there's glory and triumph in this card. And it feels like all your hard work and effort is paying off and it's going to be rewarded this week. I also feel that for some of you, this breakthrough is going to be less physical and more internal. It's going to be a new way of seeing things, a new perspective that's going to unlock a lot of solutions and a lot of energy for you to move forward. Because you were seeing the situation from a specific angle, let's say from a place of powerlessness. Like, my twin flame and I won't ever be together because it's so complicated. There's this thing going on, we don't talk to each other, they're with this other person, I don't see how we can move through this and transcend that and be together. But I feel like this week, this is going to change and you're going to see the situation differently. Instead, you're going to see what's going on with your twin flame as in a more empowered way. Like, oh, we haven't had communication in a while. I'm going to look up what twin flame mirroring is and how I can use that to my advantage, essentially, to manifest my union. How I can use it in a productive way instead of feeling like a victim to it or like I can't change it. Or maybe you've worked on a specific issue that was bothering you and you healed it and you saw some movement and change on your twin flame side of things. So you're thinking, hey, I might have more power here than I thought. So this is the way forward from now on. I'm going to view my twin flames behavior not as our final destiny, but as, a pattern that they're showing to me so that I can heal. And then they stop mirroring that and we can move forward from that. I'm not powerless. So whatever it is for you this week, I have a feeling that it's going to be a very beautiful, very victorious feeling. And it's important to celebrate that. I also see a butterfly here, which is a symbol of transformation. There's a castle, which is abundance and foundation and security. So I see all those beautiful things coming your way. The path is open, the road is clear. Something really beautiful is going to happen with you this week on this journey that's going to make you feel more optimistic about moving forward. And last but not least, let's see next steps. What is it that you can do in order to speed up the process of your harmonious union? And we have taking shelter. The answers are within. So the first message I'm intuitively getting for this card is that a lot of people try to look in their twin flame for answers about this journey. So for example, if your twin flame blocks you, you might be tempted to somehow find a way to ask your twin flame why they blocked you, what the reason is, what they were thinking, trying to find a way to figure out what they were thinking, making it about your twin flame. And, maybe that's a way to understand what's going on and fix the situation by changing your behavior. If maybe you said something that they didn't like, you're not going to say it again. However, this is not going to work because twin flames work very differently. And the answer isn't in your twin flames' motives. The answer is in your feelings. Because with twin flames, there's something called the mirroring effect going on. So even if your twin flame gave you a reason, it wouldn't be helpful, actually, in bringing you closer together. Because really, the point of this journey is turning within, feeling your feelings. So in that case, back to our example, my twin flame blocked me. That makes me feel ignored and abandoned. And is there somewhere within myself where I'm ignoring parts of myself? Am I ignoring my needs? Am I ignoring my creativity, my intuition? Am I ignoring red flags, potentially, in people? And trying to give everybody the benefit of the doubt, even though they haven't earned that, or haven't shown goodwill, or you have evidence to the opposite that they really shouldn't be given the benefit of the doubt, this specific person. And is there somewhere where I'm abandoning myself? Self-abandonment can look like people-pleasing. Again, ignoring my needs, putting other people first, that's abandoning myself. And those are the areas that you can address and that you can go within and heal. And that's when your twin flame will stop blocking you and they'll communicate with you. Because you figured out what the true reason for them blocking you is, you addressed it, you did something for it, and you reached your destination. You had your breakthrough, you had forward movement because of that. So it's very important to remember that the answers are not in your twin flame, which should feel especially relieving if you aren't in communication with them in any way. You don't have to try and work things out on the outside. This is not a soulmate relationship. Instead, you can resolve things within yourself and in your relationship with yourself, in your relationship with the divine. And this is what's going to move you forward and clear the path for your twin flame to re-enter your life. You can't really skip the work of deep self-love. And I'm not talking about the commercialized capitalist version of self-love where you get Starbucks every day or do your nails, because those are very surface level things. Yeah, they're nice, but what about addressing your wounds, your traumas, healing from those, setting the right boundaries so that you're not leaking your energy left and right, trying to please everybody and having none left for yourself? What about, people who are disrespecting you? Are you standing up for yourself? These are not easy things. They're not pretty, but they're an essential part of deeply loving yourself and creating a good foundation in your relationship with yourself. And that's not work that you can skip in order to manifest your union. Trying to find a way out of it will just, manifest your twin flame trying to find a way out of trying to connect with you, because you're not choosing to connect with yourself. So if you're serious about manifesting your harmonious twin flame union, especially if you would like it sooner than later, it's important not to skip those steps and instead take the first step and connect with yourself on a really deep level, even if it doesn't look pretty. And I would argue, especially if it doesn't look pretty. That's where you need to go and address things, because that's going to bring a lot of relief in that you've addressed it. It's gonna make the energy flow again, and it's going to manifest a lot more breakthroughs than ignoring the issue or ignoring connecting with yourself. And if that's something that you're not sure how to start doing, you'd really like more help and support and guidance in this process, then I'm here to help you. I'd love to do that. So feel free to get in touch with me in any way works for you. I have all the links to my social media, to my website in the description of this video. So this is all I had for you, my dear twin flames. Thank you so much for watching this weekly energy forecast, and I hope to see you in the next one.